What's up guys, today's video is on the top 5 best gaming controllers in 2021. Through extensive research and testing, I've put together a list of options that'll meet the needs of different types of buyers. So whether it's price, performance, or its particular use, we've got you covered. For more information on the products, I've included links in the description box down below, which are updated for the best prices. Like the video, comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Now let's get started. If you want to save a few dollars and still get yourself a solid product that checks all the key boxes, we say look no further than the PowerA Enhanced Wired Controller for you, the best budget PC gaming controller available on the market in 2021. We are looking at an Xbox-style controller, but in some ways it's even better than the original Xbox One controller. It has a solid design with a soft touch finish. It offers RGB lighting around almost all the main front buttons, as well as along the edges. There is also no problem with unnecessary software because the LEDs can be controlled using the button on the back. Best of all, the PowerA Spectra Enhanced offers professional functionality via 2 assignable buttons on the bottom. The PowerA Enhanced controller has a wired connection that guarantees you the lowest latency. Also, the included braided cable is long, has a tight connection to the controller, along with a built-in release to make sure you don't accidentally remove your laptop or computer from your desk or media center. For a quick response, this product comes with 3 directional locks, and there are also advanced buttons included in the mix. The product packs a connector for stereo headphones and also includes motors with double rumble for maximum comfort. The PowerA Enhanced Wired Controller comes in elegant black and also includes a 12.5-foot USB cable, which is more than enough for most users. The product comes in the size of 7.76 by 7.76 by 11.14 inches, as well as a weight of 15.84 ounces. These were the main features, advantages, and potential disadvantages of this product. So now we are free to move on to the next one. The next product we'll talk about today is the Razer Wolverine V2, also known as the best wired PC gaming controller that can be found on the market in 2021. The Razer remained true to its staple design, but with little polishing and minor changes to the button layout. At first, the controller seems familiar, but significantly different from the settings for Xbox. Wolverine sports a slightly shorter and firmer design that results in less stretching of your arms, especially for physically smaller players, much less muscle strain and fatigue. The front buttons and the D-pad use Razer's Mega-Tactile technology. This means that the device uses mechanical buttons similar to those you can find on a keyboard. The buttons give a satisfying click when pressed and activated faster than traditional diaphragm buttons. While this may seem like a simple change, it will certainly be useful for professional players who want a faster response time. Turning the controller reveals some additional differences between it and the official Xbox devices. Furthermore, there are 2 trigger stop switches on the back of the device. When enabled, they change the drag length to L2 and R2. That's about 1/4 of the expected travel distance on the triggers. This choice is again useful for serious players who want faster action on their triggers. There are 2 additional buttons in the inner corner of the trigger and bumper, M1 and M2. The M keys are smaller than the bumper or trigger and are designed as additional buttons that can be adjusted. Then there's the issue of the controller wiring. This decision makes sense because the target users are professional-level players. Cable is simply the best way to reduce latency. It's about 9 feet long, which is quite long for most settings. Some other accessories on the Razer Wolverine V2 controller include a 3.5mm audio jack on the bottom and an additional front button. The rounded face button allows players to customize the game and voice mix. Good stuff, a thumbs up from here. The next product we'll talk about is the Sony DualSense controller, which gets the title of the best wireless PC gaming controller available on the market in 2021. This fellow will allow you to make the most of the possibilities offered by the new generation of consoles. The successor to the DualShock 4 has a new look and a redesigned shape that is easier on the hands, making it a fundamentally better and more interesting controller. There's also something new here. The beautifully implemented next-generation optics and an adaptive ignition resistor create opportunities for even deeper experiences through tactile feedback. DualSense sets a solid new standard for console controllers. The design comes more or less intact from DualShock 4, but there are also new changes on some keys that improve gaming in exciting ways. Buttons and D-pad, now white with gray symbols, grow faster than their predecessors and have a little more travel. Both make them less fluttery and provide a better sense of feedback. The DualShock 4 touchpad is still here, but is now matte white, with an RGB light strip along the edge. The built-in speaker is back underneath, along with the PS-shaped button logo. Also on the back, the PS4 light strip has been removed and the micro USB charging connector has been replaced with a USB-C port, which allows for quick charging and can be rotated for easier plug insertion. As for the life of the internal rechargeable battery, it takes about 10 to 13 hours to fully charge and delivers enough power so that you don't have to charge the device every day. Finally, at the bottom of the gamepad, you'll find a 3.5mm audio jack for wired headphones and microphones, which allow you to connect to a Sony charging dock. The R1 and R2 keys can be customized at the hardware level. They adapt to game situations. An example that can be applied is in the games with a bow and arrow. The more you pull the bow and the arrow, the more tension you'll feel on the trigger. It just adapts to the situation. These features make this controller a different and completely innovative experience than we're used to. This is a quality product, and all we can do is recommend it. If you're looking for a top-quality, high-end product, we say look no further than the Xbox Elite Series 2, aka the best premium PC gaming controller available on the market in 2021. Elite Series 2, the latest version of the Xbox One controller, is positioned as an ideal option for the most competitive players on a Microsoft console or computer. The Elite Series 2 is slightly different in design from its younger brother and retains the excellent ergonomics of the standard model. The entire button is covered with a rubber material that affects the overall grip. In addition, the handles are fully textured, which allows you to comfortably play for long hours without the risk of slipping, even with sweaty hands. The real change appears when we look at the back of the controller. We can quickly notice the presence of 4 paddles and 2 buttons. The latter set serves to reduce the trigger impact to obtain reactivity, ideal for games that require minimal response time. As far as software is concerned, it's just as developed as hardware modifications. The Xbox Accessories application allows you to completely personalize your gaming experience by creating specific profiles. With a maximum of 250 configurations, it's safe to say the possibilities are huge. You can choose to curate your own configuration or download it directly from a dedicated website. You can control almost every aspect of the controller, and the functions of the buttons can even be duplicated by setting the Shift key. Like the basic controller, the Elite Series 2 shines in all types of games. For racing games, the extra grip on the triggers allows for better accuracy. For FPS titles, adjusting the same triggers in the presence of blades gives you perfect reactivity. In the case of platform games, the advantage comes from choosing between a directional cross keyboard. Best of all, the Series 2 also stands out for its compatibility and autonomy. In fact, it can be used with Xbox One, computer, Xbox Series, and other Android devices. With 40 hours of battery power on a single charge, you won't have to worry. If you can afford this beast, we say go for it. And finally, we've reached the gold medal and the title of the best overall PC gaming controller that you can find on the market in 2021. And the winner is Xbox Core Controller. The device comes in a refined white color and boasts a battery life of up to 40 hours on a single charge. What should be pointed out from the get-go is that despite its small size, the power supply of this fella is immense. We'll finally be able to say goodbye to that huge piece we had in previous Microsoft consoles. You'll save a lot more space in your room, and it'll only need 2 cables, one to connect the console to the power supply, and the other which will be an HDMI cable, nothing more. On the other hand, another detail that stands out with the Xbox One S is that its elements include support that allows users to place it vertically. In addition to being smaller, it'll take up even less space in that position. Also, even if there's power inside, it's interesting that it doesn't heat up as much as the Xbox One. Something we also loved is that the Xbox One S now has buttons for syncing devices and for turning the console on or off. The controller is perhaps the least different thing compared to the original Xbox One. The redesign that has taken place affects the rear triggers, which give a greater feeling of grip and sensitivity when touched. We also quite liked the design and exceptional distribution of cooling fans, placed on the top and side as in the original Xbox One. You basically won't notice the noise during the games you play, regardless of the genre. There is also a 3.5mm audio headphone jack, which will allow you to connect all compatible headphones to it. In short, this device delivers premium performance, high durability, all wrapped up in the best possible price-quality ratio. You wanted the best? You got it. Thanks for watching, and that's all for now. I hope to see you guys in the next video. Till next time, see you guys later.